IONS was founded in 1973, which is the Institute of Noetic Sciences, by Edgar Mitchell, the sixth astronaut to walk on the moon, who claimed to have undergone a cosmic consciousness experience on his return flight to Earth. Mitchell founded IONS to encourage and conduct research on human potentials. IONS plays a central role in, something like Dan Brown's Lost Symbol book, which is about Freemasonry. Mitchell established this institute together with ex-Nazi and NASA rocket scientist Wernher von Braun and billionaire investor Paul Nathaniel Temple, a former Standard Oil executive. Temple was a major funder of both the Institute of Noetic Sciences and Verides the Fellowship through his Three Swallows Foundation. But in May 1974, Harman had led a SRI study titled Changing Images of Man. The report was prepared by a team that included Margaret Mead, B.F. Skinner, the famous psychologist, Irvin Laszlo, and Sir Geoffrey Vickers of British intelligence. Others included in this project included the famous Carl Rogers, who was a psychologist, James Fadiman, Ralph Mentzer, and of course the very famous Joseph Campbell. The stated aim of the study was to change the image of mankind from that of industrial progress to one of, quote, spiritualism. The report, interestingly enough, stressed the importance of the United States in promoting Masonic ideas, effectively creating what you could refer to as the ideal Masonic state. And if you were to progress, mankind into an image of spiritualism, would it really be specifically isolated towards the imagery and symbolism of Masonry? I wouldn't think so, but this is what it states. In Global Mind Change, The Promise of the 21st Century, a book sponsored by IONS, the Institute of Noetic Sciences, Harman remarked that, quote, "We are living through one of the most fundamental shifts in history, a change in the actual belief system of Western society. No economic, political, or military power can compare with the power of a change of mind. By deliberately changing their images of reality, people are changing the world," end quote. The answer he posited was a reconsideration of the empiricism of modern Western societies and a return to the marriage between science and mysticism that was exemplified in Rosicrucianism and Freemasonry. According to Harman, quote, "The essential premise of Freemasonry was that there are transcendental realms of reality in which we coexist, and of which we potentially can have conscious knowledge. While the patterns and forces of these realms are inaccessible to the physical senses, they are available for exploration through looking into the deep mind. They play important roles in shaping evolutionary and human events, and can be called upon for power and guidance," end quote. So this is their supposed explanation of why a vision based around the image and symbolism of Freemasonry for the new Western civilization would be of an ideal state for them through their communications. Harman believed that the symbol of the pyramid with the floating capstone on the Great Seal, quote, "indicates that the nation will flourish only as its leaders are guided by supraconscious intuition," end quote, which he defined as, quote, "divine insight." The phrase Novus Order Seclorum, meaning a, quote, "new order of the ages," indicates the birth of not just another nation, but of a new spiritually based New World Order. According to Harman, quote, "The power of these symbols on the collective psyche is such, however, that if the American nation is to regain its earlier position of moral leadership in the world, it will be through an effort focused around these symbols and meanings, and no other," end quote.